It's time for Lion Athletics on your new home for Baxter Springs High School sports, Baxter Springs Sports Live. Baxter Springs Sports Live is presented by WDM. Learn more at WDMinc.net. Also by It's time for Baxter Springs High School Athletics on your new home for the Lions, Baxter Springs Sports Live.
Good evening, everybody. Finally, the Baxter Springs Lions are back in Substate, and we're here as the number 6 seed in Frontenac, Kansas, where we're going to take on the Raiders tonight, who hold in Substate as the number 3 seed. We're going to get into Substate and a whole lot more later tonight, but first I'd like to tell you that I am Daryl McLeod, joined alongside by Sarah Goebel, and we are so excited to bring you this game tonight, as it is going to be a big one. I think it's the matchup that the entire world wanted to see. This has been a rivalry of the season. The Baxter Springs Lions and the Frontenac Raiders split this year, both teams winning respectively at home. So tonight is going to be a test of who is the best team. Best 2 out of 3, as they say in rock, paper, scissors. And so tonight is going to decide who the final victor is. Raiders going to come out with home field advantage. The Lions coming out with a bad taste in their mouth as they took the most recent loss against these Raiders. Tonight's matchup is presented by WDM Williams Diversified Materials. WDM is proud to support Baxter Springs Athletics and USD 508. Stop in and see WDM at 2903 Military or call 620-679-9810. Be sure to ask about the storage shed and U-Haul rental. Well, Sarah, we got a big game tonight.
It's going to be evenly matched. It's going to be a huge momentum game, if you ask me.
That's exactly right. Any thoughts before we get into our pregame show?
Momentum's going to be a big thing. Both these teams are evenly matched, so it's going to come down to who wants it more and who is willing to put the pedal to the metal, give 100%, and do all you can for your team.
I feel like that's exactly right. We're here on the Route 66 Hardware pregame show, and I think it's about time that I pull up the graphic that you're all waiting for, the Substate bracket. As you can see on your screen there, that is how Substate is lined out. There's us at the very bottom against Frontenac, Kansas. Here on Monday, we came into this 9-11. Frontenac is 10-10, very evenly matched on the season. We come into this just as a very evenly matched team. We're the underdogs.
Yep, which means you have nothing to lose. Go out with a bang. We say it during the girls' game. You have nothing to lose.
Exactly.
Truly.
There's nothing more dangerous than a team that has nothing to lose. Even though you're the lower seed, I feel like that could give you an advantage in some states, especially when the teams are this even. It's actually incredible to me that the 4 and 5 seed are both 9-11, and the 3 and the 6 seed are still just one game apart. That rarely happens in Substate, especially at the high school level. Teams are not always this evenly matched. Usually there's a huge outlier, and then the rest of the teams kind of fall in behind that. The 2 outliers could be Girard and Riverton. They obviously have dominated the league this year, or quote-unquote dominated. They come in at 14-5 for Girard, and Riverton is 14-6. So obviously, this is going to be a big tournament. Riverton faces off against Galena tonight. They should be able to take care of business at home there. Oh, I read that wrong. Riverton's facing off against Columbus first. They should be able to take care of business there. If you have any interest in that game whatsoever, head on over to Columbus Sports Live to check that one out. As for Girard, over on Girard Sports Live, Josh Lettner and Jess Murphy on the call for that one, facing off against Cherryvale. Likewise, they should be able to take care of business at home in that matchup.
Cherryvale's record is 2-18, so hey, a miracle can happen, an upset can happen.
We need a miracle. Cue the white horse. And then the other matchup, Caney Valley versus Galena, could go either way. I'd like to think that Galena, I'd like to see a CNC team win. I always cheer for my CNC teams, but you still never know.
Yeah.
You can never know. Well, that's about how the bracket wraps up. I'm going to show you guys a little preview to tomorrow tonight. tomorrow night's game, I will not be on the call for that one. Neither will Sarah. It will be Josh and Jess over on Girard Sports Live. I believe they're going to try and simulcast that over to Baxter Springs Sports Live for you guys. But unfortunately, Sarah and I not able to go over and get the call. What's up?
They gave us 1-19.
Yeah, that's our season record. Exactly.
I thought they weren't gonna count that one win down in the. Well,
No, it's all
tournament.
just about those 20 regular season games. Doesn't matter how you get them, tournament or whatever.
Good deal.
But yes, you can see on your screen there the girls bracket, how that's going to line up. Baxter Springs facing off against Girard tomorrow night at 7. If you wouldn't like to take that long drive over to Girard, Kansas, you can tune in to either Girard Sports Live or Baxter Springs Sports Live. I believe it'll be simulcasted, but I cannot know for sure. So that's about how all that lines up. And of course, there's your other matchups for that. We're going to go back to this boys bracket here, though. It's going to be an interesting matchup tonight. I think no one can disagree with that. Both the teams going head-to-head, win or go home. And we get to see who wants it more tonight, like Sarah said earlier. I'm excited.
I am too. I am really, really excited to see who will finally win this rivalry this year, I guess, in a way.
Yeah, who's going to take home the final blow in the rivalry?
They're both split in the conference.
Exactly.
So
Split in the conference, both teams winning at home. So this is the game to do it. This, and no bigger stage than the first round of Substate. This just proves who's the man.
This is going to be some of the seniors' last games in a Baxter Springs Lions uniform. Might as well go big, go home.
Exactly. If this is going to be your last game, put on a show. But put on a show so that it's not your last game.
Agreed.
No matter what, you're going to play your last game this year, so you might as well make them all a good one. That goes out to Javen Alexander and Weston Schaefer, also Gage Maggard. I'm expecting big games tonight from them. They need that senior experience to clutch up and come out big in this first round.
And we really need them tonight if we're going to win.
One big name that we got to look at, of course, over on the boys of Frontenac is going to be number 2, Abram Frankenberry. He lit up the world in our last game against the Raiders. He did not play in the first game against the Baxter Springs Lions. Then he came out here in the second game, and he proved to be the difference maker for the Raiders as he came out and started shooting from everywhere, and I swear that kid could not miss.
Yep. And I think the Lions did a great job in like the second half, especially if I remember right, of shutting him down. And that's where they started to come back. But again, like that Riverton game, they were just coming back too late.
Yes. And don't get me wrong, Coach Hibbler and Coach Barcelona are both going to have adjustments for this game. But as of right now, we just have to look at that second half and how they made adjustments to each other. And I'd say Coach Hibbler, although Coach Barcelona ended up getting the win, Coach Hibbler did a very good job of getting adjustments. He shut down a lot of those players in the first half. Another player, obviously, to look out for is number 23, Trey Kramer. He is just the best player on this Frontenac Raider roster.
You can tell he really, really wants it. It's his senior year, and you could tell every game that we've watched, that being 2, he tells his guys what to do, where they need to improve on the court, and to do it right. You could just tell he really wants it.
He's the leader of this team, and that's how I expect him to come into this game. He's going to come in with nothing to lose.
Yeah, he also comes with a fault where if you start getting in his head, then he shuts down.
He's been known to kind of get ahead of himself, but he's also one of the most clutch players I know. I had to play against this kid in basketball way back in high school, and I swear if you needed anyone to hit a clutch 3, this is who you wanted on your team. Because you could just hand that kid the ball, and he's kind of like Caitlin Clark. He just shoots from anywhere, and by golly, he finds a way to get it in the hole.
Yep.
Well, here in the Route 66 Hardware pregame show, we're going to take a very fast break because we yapped for a very long time in this one.
Yep.
But we're going to take a very short break, and then we'll come back with starting lineups here on Baxter Springs Sports Live.
Are you drowning in clutter and need of some extra space? Look no further than the Storage Shed in Baxter Springs. With a wide range of sizes and options available, the Storage Shed has the space that suits you best with 24-hour access, all in a secure facility. They even have storage containers. Plus, the Storage Shed is your authorized U-Haul rental store right here in Baxter Springs. Visit them today at 2903 Military Avenue or call 620-856-3906.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Baxter Springs Sports Live. We're going to get out of our little box up here, let you guys actually hear some court noise. Well, terrible timing. They're getting ready to do the national anthem.
I think you do this every time.
I think I do.
One time. That was
I'm
really
starting to think I actually do it on purpose.
It's just a coincidence.
It is. Well, we're going to take another quick break. We'll be back in just a minute.
Are you drowning in clutter and need of some extra space? Look no further than the Storage Shed in Baxter Springs. With a wide range of sizes and options available, the Storage Shed has the space that suits you best with 24-hour access, all in a secure facility. They even have storage containers. Plus, the Storage Shed is your authorized U-Haul rental store right here in Baxter Springs. Visit them today at 2903 Military Avenue or call 620-856-3906.
Route 66 Hardware is your trusted hardware store in the heart of Baxter Springs, with just about everything you might need from around the house to the back 40. Top quality tools, equipment, and supplies with a wide range of products. Be on the lookout for big changes coming to Route 66 Hardware. All inventory has been discounted to make room for a new line of products from an all-new vendor. Be patient as Route 66 looks to grow, expand, and continue their commitment to quality customer service. Route 66 Hardware in Baxter Springs. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to embark on a mouth-watering journey down the legendary Route 66? Look no further than Bricks and Brews Woodfire Grill and Pub in the heart of Baxter Springs, Kansas. Start your culinary adventure with their delicious wood-fired pizzas. Keep it rolling with their classic appetizers and crisp salads. Plus, don't miss live music and so much more. Take a detour from the ordinary and head to Bricks and Brews in Baxter Springs, a taste bud trip down Route 66. 1 in 5 U.S. adults and 1 in 6 youth experience a mental illness each year. Losing sleep? Feeling tired for no reason? Feeling anxious or sad? You are not alone. Thankfully, we have Spring River Mental Health and Wellness. Spring River offers a comprehensive range of mental health and substance use services to anyone who walks through the door, regardless of their diagnosis and insurance status, even offering same-day services. If you or someone you know is in need of mental health services, please contact Spring River Mental Health and Wellness. To learn more, go to springrivermh.org. At Spring River Mental.
Welcome back, everybody.
Wait.
Hold on. Let me turn myself up here. All right. Had to turn myself down because the national anthem was playing, but we're back. I feel like I'm really muffled in my ears.
I can hear you perfectly fine.
There we go. That's much better. All right. Welcome back, everybody, to Baxter Springs Sports Live. Sarah, go ahead and give us the Frontenac Raiders starting lineup.
Number 1, Vinny Collier. Number 2, Abram Frankenberry. Number 13, Jaden Houghton. Number 23, Trey Kramer. And number 25, Gavin Witton.
Gavin Wittoon. I set you up for failure there. I won't. Yeah.
Normally you give me a little.
And now, for your Baxter Springs Lions starting lineups. At guard, the kid, just a freshman, listed at 5'9", number 20, Isaiah Main. At the other guard, our senior and leader of the team, number 10, Weston Schaefer. The man in the middle, number 4, 6'5", Jacob Grant. At forward, number 12, Gage Maggard. And at the other forward, needing a big game from him tonight, number 15, Javen Alexander. This pregame show here was brought to you by Route 66 Hardware, your trusted hardware store located in Baxter Springs and serving the community with top quality tools, equipment, and supplies. Everything you need for the home, lawn, garden, and more can be found at Route 66 Hardware, 109 East 12th Street in Baxter Springs, or call 620-856-3300. Stop in and ask about the big changes coming soon. Jacob Grant going to win the tip with a force. And we are started here in Substate basketball. Schaefer hands off to Alexander. He's going to hand off to Maine. Maine guarded by Frankenberry, gets down into the post. Passes inside to Grant. Grant pull-up shot. Not going to go. Rebounded down low by Collier. Collier pushing the floor ahead. Now it's Kramer working the paint, spin around. Will go up with the shot. Won't go in. Tipped around. Grant comes down with the rebound. Now here comes Schaefer. He's guarded quickly by Wattoon. Goes right by Wattoon, fakes the shot, puts up the basket. And the Lions are on the board first here in Substate basketball. Kramer now works off the screen from Houghton. Gets it back to Frankenberry at the top of the key. Back to Houghton, hands off to Kramer. Kramer goes paint, passes outside to Collier. He'll go inside now. Frankenberry at top of the key, pull-up jumper from the elbow, no good. Kind of a wild shot. And now Alexander brings it up the floor. Lions looking to take a 4-0 lead. Handed off to Maine. Maine back to Maggard. Maggard working around off to Alexander. Alexander thought about it, won't shoot. Maggard calls Grant over. Has the matchup he likes, won't take it. Maggard outside, gets a screen from Grant. To Alexander now. Gets picked up by Collier. Gets it inside to Grant. They're going to call a reach-in foul on Houghton. That'll be his first of the game. Also the first foul for the Raiders and the first foul for either team.
The Lions so far are doing a great job on offense, looking for scoring opportunities and not making reckless shots.
Yes, they've been very calm with the ball so far, something that doesn't always happen. Jacob Grant adding some electricity to the night, starting off his first points with a two-handed slam. Wattoon over to Frankenberry. He's guarded by Schaefer. Hands off to Kramer, rolls off the screen from Frankenberry. Got his matchup against Schaefer. Pass across court to Collier, won't shoot. Gets a screen over to Kramer. He'll hold on to it. Gonna get a screen. Passes out to Wattoon, now Collier. He'll go inside in the paint, hands off to Frankenberry. This offense not getting much done right now, but it's been good defense from the Lions. Kramer pulls up for the free throw line. I jinxed him.
I was going to say, I think you jinxed him.
Kramer gets the Raiders started. He'll get the first points for them. 4-2 is our score. Alexander now. Passes inside to Schaefer. He loses it. Gets it back. Passes outside to Maggard. Good destruction avoidance.
They've got a spy on Schaefer.
And it's going to be a charge foul called. Kramer takes the contact. Collier, neat little move inside, fadeaway jumper, good. We're all tied. Back to where we started. Alexander inbounds. Hafer up over the top. Get that kid some shoulder pads. Working down the floor now. Maggard passes inside to Grant. He'll go back down to Maggard. Has the inside. It'll be a foul on the floor first. Inbounded up top to Maine. He goes up and gets it. Now it's Maggard. Schaefer goes up against Wattoon. Gets the bucket to go. Kramer now. Shot on the way, no good. Raiders have taken some crazy shots early here. Then has not paid off so far. Alexander. Alexander now tries to go up and under, won't get it to go. taken back by Alexander. He's left alone, gets it out to Maggard, and they'll reset for another offensive possession.
Look at what rebounding does for you.
Exactly. However, they're going to call a travel. So that'll be a turnover here on the Lions. Kramer walking it up slowly. They'll go underneath. It's rebounded by Grant, so good defense and avoidance down low. Grant's running free down the floor. He's picked up by Houghton. Alexander going to go inside. It'll be a foul on the floor first. I know these are CASHA-regulated officials, but I got to tell you, whenever I see that man who just made the call there, the one closest to us, whenever I see him, I know it's going to be a well-officiated game. He just always does a good job.
I agree.
I think he really cares for his job and always does a good job. Not to say that the other refs don't, just saying that I've always noticed him making really good calls.
Not to say that I have favoritism in refs.
Exactly. Schaefer takes to the bucket. He has 6. Kramer gets a screen from Houghton, goes the other direction, passes out to Frankenberry. They've been unable to get anything going so far.
Knock on some wood. You jinxed them last time.
Exactly. Kramer inside. Ooh. You can hear the reaction from the crowd.
And if you were lucky enough to see Coach's face, you could see it there too.
Not very happy with the call. It's going to be a shooting foul on Schaefer. I think everybody on this side of the court thought that Schaefer got all ball. Ref did not, however, so that sends Gatewood O'Bray to the free throw line. Number 4, Brogan Smith enters the game. Collier and Frankenberry will take a seat. Also, number 34, Jake Wegner enters the game. This is the time that Jacob Grant needs to definitely get to work down low, as they're going to be running a 1-3-1 zone. It's this typical look they always make whenever they have Wegner in the game. They like his size down low and his mobility inside. Schaefer goes right into the contact on Houghton. Gets the floater to go. Kramer now. Gets off Maggard, shot won't go. That foul will be on Houghton. Excuse me, O'Bray. I thought it was going to be called on Houghton, but
I agree.
hey, I'll take it. O'Bray gets his first. 4 fouls in the game for the Raiders so far. Main, back to Schaefer. Schaefer guarded by Brogan Smith, who is just a freshman. He's got to like that matchup. Take the inexperienced kid. He'll pull up a 3 on him. Not going to go. I believe that's Schaefer's first miss of the matchup. O'Bray coming quickly. Maine plays great defenses, force him to pass it out. And Houghton going to be called for a travel. Another turnover and some good defense for the Lions. With 1:41 to go, they've got a 5-point lead. Alexander inbounds to Schaefer. He's going to take his matchup against the freshman. Takes Smith all the way down to the backcourt. Now Maine taking it to the bucket, won't go. Rebounded by Wegner. Grant makes a good effort for it. Kramer weaving his way through traffic. A good foul on. It's going to be a travel. I'm just going to close my mouth, zip my lips.
Hey, I agree with the official.
Like I said, great officiating always by this crew. Schaefer now, guarded by Smith. Really like Smith's shoes, I won't lie.
I said that earlier. Don't spread false news. What was that called? Cite your sources.
Exactly. Kramer brings it all the way down and gets a bucket off the steal. Schaefer gets the inbound. He's got the beat on Smith. A nice Wolf pick, though. And Schaefer's going to need a size smaller shoe as he steps on the out-of-bounds line. It'll be Raider basketball.
I just got so scary.
Microsoft defending our browser. Thank you.
You're a real one, Microsoft.
Down low to O'Bray. No one around. And we're back to a 1-point game. That 5-point lead went as quickly as it came. As Schaefer crosses the Raider, now standing just beyond the shield. Inside to Maggard, he'll go up, get the bucket. Maggard's got 2. With 12 seconds remaining, Smith has it way outside. Now Kramer. Lots of help defense being played on Kramer. Outside, 3 ball. No good. That's how the quarter's gonna end. 12-9 is our score here on Baxter Springs Sports Live. Fighting for a spot in Katy Valley. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have second quarter action on Baxter Springs Sports Live.
Route 66 Hardware is your trusted hardware store in the heart of Baxter Springs, with just about everything you might need from around the house to the back 40. Top quality tools, equipment, and supplies with a wide range of products. Be on the lookout for big changes coming to Route 66 Hardware. All inventory has been discounted to make room for a new line of products from an all-new vendor. Be patient as Route 66 looks to grow, expand, and continue their commitment to quality customer service. Route 66 Hardware in Baxter Springs.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Baxter Springs Sports Live. Be careful with that camera.
Do I need to move it?
No, just don't touch it. Ah!
Gotcha.
Nice. Well, we're here 12-9 as we enter the second quarter. This is a tightly contested game, just like we knew it would be. And it has proved to be a good matchup, just like we hyped it up to be. Kramer now to start off the second quarter here in Substate basketball. Down low they go, and they will score. Now Schaefer brings it up. Schaefer matched up on Wattoon. They're going to call it travel. So that first quarter went slightly in the direction of the Lions, and so far this second quarter has gone slightly in the direction of the Raiders. And Kramer going to prove that one true as he knocks down a 3 ball and gives the Raiders the first lead of the matchup. Raiders lead by 2. Like I said, first time they've had the higher score in this matchup, and it's going to be a travel on Maine. And that's going to force Coach Hibbler to call a timeout. First timeout taken. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We're going to take one with them. We'll be back in 30. You're watching Substate basketball on Baxter Springs Sports Live.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to embark on a mouth-watering journey down the legendary Route 66? Look no further than Bricks and Brews Woodfire Grill and Pub in the heart of Baxter Springs, Kansas. Start your culinary adventure with their delicious wood-fired pizzas. Keep it rolling with their classic appetizers and crisp salads. Plus, don't miss live music and so much more. Take a detour from the ordinary and head to Bricks and Brews in Baxter Springs, a taste bud trip down Route 66.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Substate basketball. Baxter ball. O'Bray has it outside. Passes off to Frankenberry. Frankenberry's guarded by Schaefer. Maggard gets a nice little hand in there. It's going to poke it out, and Alexander comes away with the steal. He's pushing the floor quickly. Main back to Alexander. Won't shoot. Maggard to Schaefer. Schaefer's shot's no good. Rebounded by Kramer. Kramer bringing it up the floor. Frankenberry's three ball, no good. Rebounded by Alexander. That double team will back off. And it's going to be a double dribble. Silly turnovers have cost the Lions this second quarter so far. Kramer now. Raiders going to get another try at it. Kramer going to work on Maggard. Spin around, tries to get it inside to Houghton. He will get it, but they back out on that possession. Kramer gets the new play call. He's going to decide on something different. To Wattoon to Houghton. Inside to Houghton. Now Kramer, reverse layups, good. 4-point lead. Alexander slips a little bit. Cuts inside, now Main. Outside Maggard, he goes baseline. Up top to Alexander. Maggard outside, three ball on the way, no good. Rebounded by Grant. He'll pull up a shot, no good. Race for the ball, pass back into Grant. Grant will go up again, miss again. That's out of bounds, it's gonna be off of Collier's hands. One thing the Lions have gotten away from is passing the ball. They have not been very active passing the rock in this quarter, and I think it's proved true to this certain deficit. Jeez.
That and all the little silly mistakes they have been making.
I feel like a lot of them have been caused by hogging the ball a little too much. Like there, that ball's going to get poked out, and Wattoon's going to bring it up the floor. Kramer gets by, and it's going to be a foul on the floor. Outside Wattoon, Kramer, pull-up shot, no good. Rebounded by Schaefer. Schaefer now. To Alexander. They need to calm down, get back in their offense. Grant on the elbow. Gets it inside to Schaefer. He'll pull up over, gets the foul called. Sent to the free throw line with a chance at 2. It's the first. He's got 9 points in the matchup. That matches Kramer's 9 on the other side. Both team leaders. Wagner will come in for Houghton. Expect Grant to get the ball down low in some of those matchups. Second free throw's good. Kramer passes off to Collier. Back to O'Bray. O'Bray's guarded by Main. Main playing good defense. Inside to Kramer. Kramer pull-up shot over Maggard's good. Very pretty follow through. Very pretty shot and a very pretty score. Schaefer now goes baseline. He'll go right into the contact, but it's going to be a travel. So back on track with the silly turnovers so far this quarter, looking to get out of that slump. O'Bray. Wagner. Kramer in the corner. Back up to Collier. 3 ball. Good. 7-point lead for the Frontenac Raiders. And a timeout is going to be called. 7-point lead for the Raiders. Lions trying to claw their way back. All to be decided later on. But for right now, we're in second quarter action on Baxter Springs Sports Live.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Baxter Springs Sports Live. We had a full timeout there. Hibbler's still talking over it, but Sarah, what do you think? I want to hear it from your mind, what you're seeing right now on the court.
The mistakes, the little things are killing us, like traveling. That has been our biggest weakness so far. It has killed us. It has let the Raiders back into it. I mean, we had a 5-point lead at the beginning, and then we just got comfortable in the first quarter. And now look where we are, a 7-point deficit.
Yeah, we came out firing there in that first. It feels like we've kind of calmed down a little bit. As Schaefer knocks down that bucket, he's got 12.
And I understand the first, 2 or 3 minutes, they had someone guarding Schaefer the whole time, which allowed Grant to be big down low. But you can't just use that. You have to find other opportunities to score.
That's exactly right.
And also, the Raiders ran 2 or 3 of the same plays, and they scored off of it each time. And it was one where they cut down low. And you would think after the first time or second, they would learn, but they got 6 points off of that.
O'Brien go right to the bucket on Maine. Likes that matchup against him. He'll score and get 2 off of it. He's got 5 in the game. Schaefer outside, top of the key. He's guarded by O'Brien. Maggard on the wing. Maine going across, hands off to Alexander. Inside, Schaefer mishandles the pass. That's going to be out of bounds off Schaefer as he tries to strip it away. So it'll once again be another turnover.
But that was just unfortunate. There was nothing he could do.
That's just a mishandling of the pass.
Yeah. But yeah, the little things are killing us.
Definitely. They clean those up, they'll be all right. 3 ball from Collier, no good. Rebounded by Maine. Maine had good position on it. Hands off to Maggard. Oh. Well, those regular season referees not as strict here as they are here in Substate basketball. And it's proving so far, or Substate basketball nerves are getting to us and we're just making more mistakes. I can't decide which is which.
I mean, in some of the regular season's games, we had trouble with traveling.
That is also true. It's definitely down in the Oklahoma tournament as well. It felt like our team had a lot of trouble with ticking off a little bit too quickly whenever they caught the ball or anything of that scenario, really.
Yeah. So this hasn't just been a new thing, and it's because of the refs, which there have been some calls where I've been like,
well,
you did let them, earlier.
We said it before game, and everything that they're talking and calling has been accurate to this point. So I cannot blame the refs for anything. It is 100% human error. But that's all right. We're going to be just fine as long as they clean those things up. We're only down by 7 with all those errors. So imagine where the game would be whenever we clean those things up.
That's exactly right. And a minute and a half that we have till halftime, Coach Hibbler needs to get them focused. They need to focus in, and, he needs to have them knock it off with the little things. Like, overall, they're playing well. It's just those key mistakes.
That's exactly right. I think they're going to be just fine as this game goes along. Just need to make sure you rein it in at the ending minute and a half.
Yep.
Make sure that the lead doesn't get too much to where you can't come back.
And also in the second half, you can't be dead coming back. I know the first half you're excited to play. It's the beginning of the game.
Alexander going to be called for a walk.
Anyways, you're excited for the game, but in the second half, that's when you need to come out and come be excited.
Yeah, play like how they did in that first quarter. It felt like they were moving quickly. Defense was firing. They were anticipating passes, throwing down dunks. Felt like they were on their game.
That was within the first 3 minutes of the game.
Second quarter's just been a little bit slow so far.
Yep. It has been almost every game of the last 3 games that we played.
Well, it's easy to be motivated for a first quarter. It's hard to keep motivated all the way through.
I get it, you're tired. We've all been there playing different sports. You know, when I play basketball, it always sucked coming back from the second half. You're like, I'm tired right now, but you still got to persevere. You got to want it. Like I said in the pregame show, this is where you have to show that you want it. You give 100% effort, you know.
That's right. Raiders going to take the last shot of the quarter.
And this kills momentum. I don't know if you picked up or not, but this irritates me.
This is definitely good for the Raiders, though, as they're ensuring that they can only go up by more or stay at the same lead.
Yeah.
Kramer working off the screen, going to be fouled by Maine. That'll give him a baseline opportunity. Kramer. Inbounds, gets it back, rolling around, deep three on the way. Wow. Oh, Schaefer shot almost went in. But wow, from way deep. Off the pass, rolling to his right, sinks it, and gives the Raiders a 10-point lead going into halftime. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the Leah Smith halftime show for Substate basketball on Baxter Springs Sports Live.
Are you drowning in clutter and need of some extra space? Look no further than the Storage Shed in Baxter Springs. With a wide range of sizes and options available, the Storage Shed has the space that suits you best with 24-hour access, all in a secure facility. They even have storage containers. Plus, the Storage Shed is your authorized U-Haul rental store right here in Baxter Springs. Visit them today at 2903 Military Avenue or call 620-856-3906.
Route 66 Hardware is your trusted hardware store in the heart of Baxter Springs, with just about everything you might need from around the house to the back 40. Top quality tools, equipment, and supplies with a wide range of products. Be on the lookout for big changes coming to Route 66 Hardware. All inventory has been discounted to make room for a new line of products from an all-new vendor. Be patient as Route 66 looks to grow, expand, and continue their commitment to quality customer service. Route 66 Hardware in Baxter Springs.
Our whole vision of becoming the four-state agency was because we want to be able to grow with our clients, whether they have a lake house in Oklahoma, whether they're starting a business and expanding into Arkansas. We want to make sure that they're taken care of, whether it's home, auto, financial services, or even life insurance. We want to walk through the stages of life with our clients. That's the biggest part. That's what makes us different.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter, male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers, we have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Baxter Springs Sports Live. We have a Raider out there getting recognized for their excellence. Just won state. And what sport was it, Sarah?
Wrestling, 105 pounds.
105 pounds in wrestling.
And if I heard him right, she pinned everybody she beat.
That's insane. Isn't she only a freshman?
She's a freshman.
Man. Man, oh man. That ain't bad wrestling. I also heard she went 31-4 on the season.
Yep.
That is not bad at all. Well, we're here in the Leah Smith Farms Insurance Four-State Agency halftime show. Well, Sarah, first quarter looked like classic Lion fashion coming out here. Starting quick, playing fast, playing good defense, anticipating the pass. But then, second quarter came along and things started to drag a little bit. It's always been a question of mine throughout the entire season. We don't have the largest depth chart in the CNC, and it's always been a question of mine of how impactful is that on the season. I'm not going to say that it's the reason we are currently trailing in this game, or it's the reason that we lost 11 games this season, but I think it's definitely had an impact on our boys, as other teams are able to get fresh bodies in there all the time, and our boys are playing pretty much constantly.
Yep.
The only ones that really sub out are either Isaiah Main, Gage Maggard, and occasionally you'll have Jacob Grant, Javen Alexander, or Weston Schaefer. But those big three pretty much play the entire game.
Yep. And I mean, yeah, it's the end of the season. They should be in shape, but still every game, playing 2 games a week right now, where you had, what, 4, 5 days, 6 days to rest, that still takes a hard on your body. It's still hard.
Yes.
And not having time to sit for even like 15, 30 seconds of a game is hard on your body, and you're exhausted.
Your only break is right now at halftime.
Or timeout.
Or when coach calls a timeout. And that's pretty much what Hibbler's been using a lot of his timeouts throughout the season for, is just to get rest and quick bodies. And it comes naturally with whenever you start to make mistakes and make turnovers, usually your body's pretty fatigued.
Yeah, and the good part is they came from football straight into basketball, so they didn't really, lose too much in the, week or so they had break.
Although football shape is quite different from basketball shape.
That's true.
I can remember going from 185 pounds to 170 pounds after running for basketball.
Yeah.
But it's
still, you're still not too much out of shape.
You haven't been sitting all fall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's not to say any blame or anything like that. That's just to say it's the fact that they're not getting as much rest as the other team. Now, of course, players like Trey Kramer haven't come out of the game either.
Yeah.
That does not hinder their performance whatsoever. I'm just stating the fact that they're not getting as much rest time.
Yeah.
And that could be a cause of a lot of the turnovers we see in our game, especially when we get later in the game or later in the first half.
Yeah, and I think for Frontenac, it's good that they sub out their 3 bigs down low. They have them in constant rotation. I know, like Herlocker at Girard, he had times. At this time, this girl would go out and this girl would go in. It wouldn't be based on mistakes. It wouldn't be based on like, oh, they're tired right now. They would
exactly
subbed in and out. That way they're conditioned and they're fresh every time they go in.
And to go that you're going to have to give it your all.
Yep.
Because this is the only time you're going to get to play, so you better give it your all.
That's what I mean. I get that they're tired and stuff, but this is your last game. This is potentially your last game.
That's why I said I'm not blaming that on this at all. I'm just stating the fact that they're going to be more tired come the end of the game.
Yep. I might as well be exhausted at the end of this game. You got nothing to lose.
Hey, man, you got to leave it all out on the court.
Yep.
It's never going to be a situation where if it's your last game, at least for me, there's never going to be a last game where I don't make the other opponent say, damn, they played really good.
Yep. And hey, I've been there. in all the sports I did in high school, we lost to the Frontenac Raiders every single time.
I never lost to them.
And every game we gave it our all.
Hey, it's just the old tale. Tell old tale. The old folklore. You want the other opponent thinking, dang, I never want to play that opponent again because of how hard they fought.
Yep. And that's exactly what you have to do in this moment. And I don't think that the Lions aren't going to win. I fully believe that they can win this game. This is a 10-point deficit. Who cares? 10 points, whatever. Throw that out the window. This second half, come back like it's 0-0.
It's 10-0. That's all you got to do.
Yep.
It's 10-0. Don't worry about anything else that has happened in the game. Focus on you. Focus on scoring and playing good defense.
Now, I think the Lions are doing excellent on defense. For the most part. Now, there have been times whenever they've slacked a little bit, and hey, it is what it is. Like you said, they're probably tired or just little miscommunications between players. But they really need to focus on offense, scoring. In the first couple minutes, that first quarter, they did great on not putting up silly shots. In fact, they forced Frontenac to shoot silly shots, and they didn't make them. And then that was an immediate turnover, and Lions had opportunities to score. That's why we got up by 5 points. I mean, this next quarter, you got to focus on not turning the ball over, traveling, jump stop, then go. Not move your feet when you have, you know how traveling works. You just focus on those little things, and everything will naturally come into place. And also, you have to have that fire. Sorry, I went on a little rant right there. That's how much I care about this team. Crazy.
This is your game. No one can take it from you but you. Go out, do your job, and make the other team wish they had never gotten seeded against you in the playoffs. Make the other team wish that if they had had any other possibility, when they go to sleep tonight, make them wish, oh, I wish we would have played Galena. Oh, I wish we would have had the Girard Trojans beforehand, because you want them to know that anytime you face off against you, it's going to be a battle to the death, and I'm dragging one or two men down with me. Well, motivational speeches aside, that halftime show was brought to you by Leah Smith Farmers Insurance, 4-state agency serving Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Missouri. Leah and her team have the products, services, and experience you're looking for. Give them a call today and see why they are more than just insurance. Schaefer's going to start us off. He's got 12 points in the matchup, and he's guarded by Wittoon. Maine works it down to the paint. They're going to get a foul called on Frankenberry, I believe. It's going to be a holding foul. I believe that's his first of the matchup. Nope, second. Why do I even bother? Inbounded to Schaefer. Get up and slam it down. Weston Schaefer starts off this third quarter with a bang.
That's the motivation you need.
Kramer now. To Wittoon. He's guarded by Maine. Now Schaefer on Frankenberry. To Kramer. Now Houghton. To Collier. He rolls off that screen. Frankenberry hands off to Wittoon. Now Houghton. Hands off to Kramer. Pretty slow offense so far for the Raiders. Collier from deep. Misses everything. And it'll go out of bounds, be Lion basketball. They're going to run a full court press here, similar to what they ran in that first half, immediately backing off as soon as the inbound gets inbounded. Schaefer brings it up for the Lions. Grant steps back, now to Maine. Schaefer in the corner, thinks about shooting, won't pull it. They're going to get him for a walk down low. Shuffled his feet a little bit when he came to that jump stop. That'll be a turnover here at the start of the third. 6:34 remaining here in the third quarter. 8-point lead for the Raiders. They came in with a 10-point lead at half. Collier rolls around, gives it to Houghton. Houghton to Kramer. Kramer's having a good game. He's got 14 points and no fouls. Very smooth player for the Frontenac Raiders. Frankenberry's three, no good. Goes off the front iron. Maine comes down with the rebound, passes back Maggard. He'll take it across half court for the Lions. Tries to go deep to Alexander, and it's going to go off of Alexander's hands. Kramer for the Raiders. Pulls off a screen. Wants it back. He's got a matchup against Grant. Trying to get it down low to Houghton. He will. Houghton's going to go to work. Post shot, no good. Good defense from Maggard. But the rebound goes off of Schaefer's hands and out of bounds. Watoon to Collier. Over to Frankenberry. Kramer going to call Stingers down. Now Houghton back to Kramer. He'll go in the paint. Pull-up shot. Triple teamed. Houghton going to get the rebound over Maine. And then Frankenberry going to hit a deep three. That's his first points of the matchup. They've done a good job of limiting him so far. In the corner, Maine takes the shot, goes into the paint. Now that one I'm not too sure of, tell you the truth. I felt like he had his pivot foot the entire time. It's always so interesting. Traveling is always such a, it's an eyeball call. It's always it kind of looks like they moved a little bit too much. Let's call that.
I think they took a couple too many steps.
Because if you always zoom in and slow it down, players travel a whole lot more than gets called. But some nights they choose to pick on it, and it seems like tonight is one of those nights for the Lions. Frankenberry's three. Going to be rebounded by Houghton down low. Collier's three on the way, and it's good. And the lead has exploded here for the Raiders. 32-18 is the score, and Coach Hibbler forced to take their third timeout. And it's going to be a full one, so we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're watching Baxter Springs Sports Live.
Our whole vision of becoming the four-state agency was because we want to be able to grow with our clients, whether they have a lake house in Oklahoma, whether they're starting a business and expanding into Arkansas. We want to make sure that they're taken care of, whether it's home, auto, financial services, or even life insurance. We want to walk through the stages of life with our clients. That's the biggest part. That's what makes us different.
Welcome back, everybody. 32-18 the score. Lions down to just 2 timeouts. In regulation, of course, you never know. Might go to overtime here.
Do you think B-Dubs will have 6 free wings again?
If you didn't cash that in today, I'm just sorry for you. B-Dubs had 6 free wings because the Super Bowl went into overtime. By the way, go Chiefs. Lions now. Schaefer on the paint, hands off to Alexander, now to Maggard. Maggard to Alexander, going inside to the paint. Alexander been quiet so far in the game, doesn't have any points. Abbott gets the pass by Kramer. Schaefer bumps off Kramer, but misses the shot. Kramer going to reset everything, get it to O'Bray. O'Bray's going to try and work Abbott down to the paint. Passes back up to Houghton. Hand it off to Kramer. Kramer to Frankenberry. Kramer analyzing the floor. Seeing what he likes. O'Bray's going to take it up top. Houghton now. Gets it over to Collier. 3 ball, good. 35-18. Alexander. Gets it out to Maggard. He'll pull up. No good on the 3-ball. Grant gets it back. Cross to Schaefer. He'll pull up. O'Bray. Grant gets the rebound. It's poked out by Frankenberry. Kramer going to slow things down. I like the mismatched shoes, tell you the truth.
Me too.
The red and blue and red and blue. Wow. Kramer has come to play. He's got 17 points and a banked in 3. I thought the bank closed at 5, but Kramer says no way. I thought Schaefer was ready to throw that basketball. I think he thought he got another travel call.
He just took a very large jump stop.
Inbound to Schaefer. That Raider student section making sure he doesn't touch the line. And that's going to be a walk. So replay that footage, walk it back, and text me on GroupMe what exactly the rules are for traveling. Kramer. To O'Bray. Back to Frankenberry. He'll go baseline, spin around. Good defense from Abbott. And that's going to, okay, see, there we go. We got our get back. That is fair. Maine will enter the game for Maggard. It's stolen away by O'Bray. Battle for it on the floor. Houghton going to come up with it. Frankenberry. Gives back to Kramer. Raiders working around. Smith outside. Won't go. Rebound Alexander. He brings it up for the Lions. He's going to go by O'Bray. Get fouled on the way up. He'll be sent to the free throw line for a chance at 2. O'Bray's 3rd foul of the matchup. Shouldn't be a problem for him as we're dwindling down in the game here. But he will take a seat for right now. Wattoon will enter the game for him. Second free throw from Alexander, no good. Tipped out by Grant, and Alexander will come down with it. Abbott. Maine thinks about shooting, but won't. Grant. Shot put up's no good. 20-point deficit as we near the end of the 3rd quarter. And it looks like the Raiders going to take the final shot. Don't get Sarah started.
I'll keep my mouth shut this time.
Abbott going to get called for a reach-in. That's his first personal. Wegner will enter the game for Houghton, and Collier will come in for Frankenberry. Collier brings it around to the wing. They've got 25 seconds to kill here in this 3rd quarter. That's going to be a jump ball. So it'll be Raider basketball once again. Collier inbound. Passes cross court to Collier. Poked out. Poked out once again. Alexander going to come away with it. He goes over the layup, and it's good. And that's how the third quarter is going to end. 38-20 is the score, down, but not out in a do-or-die situation. 18 points separates the Frontenac Raiders and the Lions as they battle for Caney Valley. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the fourth quarter on Baxter Springs Sports Live.
One in 5 U.S. adults and 1 in 6 youth experience a mental illness each year. Losing sleep? Feeling tired for no reason? Feeling anxious or sad? You are not alone. Thankfully, we have Spring River Mental Health and Wellness. Spring River offers a comprehensive range of mental health and substance use services to anyone who walks through the door, regardless of their diagnosis and insurance status, even offering same-day services. If you or someone you know is in need of mental health services, please contact Spring River Mental Health and Wellness. To learn more, go to springrivermh.org.
Welcome back to Baxter Springs Sports Live. 38-20, 8 minutes. 8 minutes from either the end of your season or the most miraculous comeback in basketball history. 8 minutes to decide how you want to go out. Is it going to be with a game?
With a fight?
Is it going to be with a game at Caney? Is it going to be with a game at Frontenac? Or is it going to be a game at the state championship? Time for the Lions to decide. I don't think Schaefer wants to leave yet. He knocks down that three from way outside. Raiders back on offense. Watoon to Frankenberry. Frankenberry's guarded tight by Schaefer. Schaefer's played good defense on him tonight. Not to jinx it, I'm going to knock on wood. But that defense has resulted in Frankenberry only having 3 points. Alexander coming down quickly. He'll back out. Schaefer, 3-ball. No good. No, you cannot call an over the back on that one. And not on the other side. Well, that's going to be an over-the-back offensive foul on Grant. Hibbler trying to get his team to full court press. Watoon to Frankenberry. Frankenberry given absolutely no space by Schaefer. That's going to go off of Frankenberry's shoe. And it's going to be a timeout by Coach Barcelona, so he'll take his first timeout of the matchup. 15-point lead. We'll take a quick break here watching Baxter Springs Sports Live.
Looking for a pharmacy that truly cares? Look no further than Volker Drug, your hometown pharmacy in Baxter Springs. Locally owned and rooted in our community, check out their large selection of everything you need to keep your family happy and healthy. You can even print your photos at Volker Drug. Take advantage of their convenient drive-through or local delivery with Volker's smart cars. For seniors, Volker offers free Medicare Part D consultations. Volker Drug, where your health and community come together in Baxter Springs. Check us out online at volkerdrug.com.
Welcome to Substate basketball. Raiders burn a timeout. Looks like they're ready to go again. Coach Barcelona trying to get them back, whipped into shape and ready to go. As the start of that fourth was a little too quick for Barcelona's liking. He wants them to slow down play, I imagine. Stop making as many quick shots.
I completely disagree with him.
Oh, okay. All right. Sarah disagrees with Coach.
Don't you?
Hey, you know what? I'm not Coach Barcelona.
Pleading the fifth.
It's stolen away by Obrey. Schaefer going to be tight. Wow. Going to be a foul called. That's Schaefer's second. He played good defense all the way down, got a little too tough into the contact at the end. O'Bray makes the first. Also, if you have any score updates for the other Substate games going on right now, please let us know. We know Girard Sports Live. And unless, of course, Cherryvale makes the greatest comeback in the history of comebacks, period.
It's 70-21.
I think Girard's
Check.
got that one handled. So it looks like they're going to move on to the second round of Substate. I have no update. That one's going to be interesting to see as both those teams have the same record. Backboard.
It works, it works.
However you can get a stop. Maggard's three ball. No good. Rebounded by Houghton down low. Kramer beats Maggard. Rolls back out. They're going to get Maggard with a shove there. O'Bray gets the inbound. Maine pokes it out from behind, but O'Bray gets it back. Smith, mid-range jump shot's good. We get a tight one over in Riverton, Kansas. Rams beating the Titans by just 5 points. So that one looks like it's going to come down to the wire. Cross-court pass goes off the backboard. That's a really fortunate placement there of the backboard because O'Bray was about as wide open gets. Maggard, corner three. Just short. It went in. It looks like it went in.
Count it.
From my angle. Kramer directing traffic to Smith now. He'll roll around trying to get the ball back. Gonna be a foul on Schaefer.
Fouling is the only way to stop stall ball.
Yes, and Raiders are very good at stall ball, so it's going to take some pretty good fouls. Hey, it's your last game ever. Throw the old two-finger eye poker, you know what I mean? The old...
now you see me, now you don't.
The old Captain Insano shows no mercy. Frankenberry going to be fouled by Maine. Maine will pick up his third. Frankenberry makes the first. Second one rolls out. Schaefer goes right to the bucket. He'll be fouled on the way up by Smith.
I thought they were going to call it travel.
Wouldn't have shocked me. That's neither here nor there. Schaefer at the line. Chance to shrink the lead by just a little bit. Be back down to an 18-point lead. Schaefer's got 17 in the matchup as Abbott returns. Maggard will take a seat. They've got 4.5 left. Second free throw's good, 17-point lead. Kramer now. Tight defense played by Abbott. And Schaefer going to be called for a foul. Tells coach he's got 4.
Foul out, kid.
Hey, that's how you want to go out.
Make the last one count. That's what I have to say.
Gosh. No sportsmanship whatsoever from our radio booth.
I'm totally kidding.
Wink, wink. Sorry, I just had to put Put sounds to the actions made.
I didn't do anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
Kramer makes the second. I've said it before, he doesn't miss many. So if you can get him to miss one, it's usually a miracle for the matchup. Schaefer goes all the way to the bucket, misses the shot. He'll get a rebound, spin around, puts it up good. 43-27. Kramer gets by Abbott. Passes ahead to O'Bray. O'Bray. As easy as layup lines, he was wide open. Schaefer now. Pull up three. Good. Start playing like it's the YMCA. Just shoot up shots whenever you want. You might as well. Kramer. Leave it all out on the floor. Go for a new school record. Kramer. Now O'Bray. To Frankenberry. Now back to O'Bray. To Smith. They're playing that stall ball that Sarah so dislikes, and Smith puts up the jumper is good. Raiders still going with a full court press, and Coach Hibbler going to take a timeout. It'll be 30 seconds, so we'll just keep it here. Once again, if you've got any scoring updates, please let us know. We'd like to be able to inform the general public of those scoring updates. I've been searching around to wherever I can, but sometimes the internet only provides so much for rural Kansas. Rural.
Girard did end up, in fact, winning their game.
Interesting. That I didn't see that one coming, to tell you the truth.
79-23.
Ooh.
I'll check Columbus, don't worry.
I already got it pulled up.
Are you sure?
They're on a commercial.
Yeah. The score is 47 Rams, 36 or 8.
6 or 8. That's definitely true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Schaefer gets the inbound. Pull up. Maggard to Abbott. Abbott, three ball from the corner, no good. Rebounded by Grant, down low. Oh my gosh. So close.
Dramatic.
Got me holding my breath and everything. Kramer blows by the field. Kramer way outside. His dribble drive so deadly that you almost have to give him space. And he proves why there as he blows by the competition and gets an easy layup. Alexander up top, gets whacked in the back of the head. Abbott, corner three. Rolls out, no good. Grant goes up, gets that one, puts it back in. Abbott gonna get called for a foul, 2:02 remaining. 15-point lead here for the Frontenac Raiders. First free throw's good. Kramer not exactly the one you want to send to the line, but when it's crunch time, you kind of just got to foul whoever gets the ball.
That's exactly right.
And Kramer's got 21. He'll make it 22 with that shot. It's so buttery from the free throw line. Abbott, another corner three. This one no good as well. Kramer gets by Abbott. He'll circle around, hand off Frankenberry, back to Kramer. They like the ball in his hands. Frankenberry going to take it on the shield of FHS. Now Collier, he'll get fouled by Alexander, sent to the free throw line.
I was wondering why Schaefer wasn't fouling. I realized
Ah,
he's got more fouls.
that'd have been 5. as the majority Italian population here in Frontenac says. That's what's been the 5.
I hope you get canceled.
I apologize for everyone that just had to hear that. That was awful. That free throw, no good. Tip tight by Houghton, and that's going to be no good for him as Alexander blows by, tries to get a steal, and that's just going to sum up the night. Gets the steal, passes ahead, and then gets taken right back by Collier. Minute 10 remaining in this first round of Substate. And it looks like Coach Hibbler's going to call it a night for our Big Four. And that's going to be the end. Well, hold on. Put a pause on that. Let him shoot a free throw. Makes the first. That's going to be the end to a great Baxter Springs Lions season. Many ups, many downs. But this gym here in Frontenac, Kansas is going to be, to many, the last basketball game they will play. Kramer going to take a seat as well. He put the team on his back tonight, scoring 24, trying to lead them to the promised land of another state opportunity. And he did all he could for them, scoring 24 points and, dare I say it, being the catalyst to an incredible fire. Frontenac Raiders.
They're going to miss him next year. Let me tell you that.
Tell you honestly, I think I'm going to miss him next year in the league. He's fun to watch. He can shoot from just about anywhere. I think he's the closest thing we got in the CNC to a true deep threat. A guy who you really need to pick up at half court, because if he pulls up and shoots, you're going to be nothing but net. He's going to be walking back to play defense.
Yeah.
And a guy who probably shoots around 90% from the free throw line. But I got to tell you who I'm going to miss most, and that's these seniors for these Baxter Springs Lions. It was a season of many ups and downs, but they fought through it all to try and get here. Just came up a little bit short in this game. Some costly turnovers, and that'll be the end to a great Lions season. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to get some closing regards from Coach Hibbler, if he so inclines to come up and give them. I can understand if he doesn't want to get an interview and just wants to spend these final minutes with his boys. But for now, we're going to take a quick break. You're watching Baxter Springs Sports Live.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to embark on a mouth-watering journey down the legendary Route 66? Look no further than Bricks and Brews Woodfire Grill and Pub in the heart of Baxter Springs, Kansas. Start your culinary adventure with their delicious wood-fired pizzas. Keep it rolling with their classic appetizers and crisp salads. Plus, don't miss live music and so much more. Take a detour from the ordinary and head to Bricks and Brews in Baxter Springs, a taste bud trip down Route 66. Route 66 Hardware is your trusted hardware store in the heart of Baxter Springs, with just about everything you might need from around the house to the back 40. Top quality tools, equipment, and supplies with a wide range of products. Be on the lookout for big changes coming to Route 66 Hardware. All inventory has been discounted to make room for a new line of products from an all-new vendor. Be patient as Route 66 looks to grow, expand, and continue their commitment to quality customer service. Route 66 Hardware in Baxter Springs.
Are you drowning in clutter and need of some extra space? Look no further than the Storage Shed in Baxter Springs. With a wide range of sizes and options available, the Storage Shed has the space that suits you best with 24-hour access, all in a secure facility. They even have storage containers. Plus, the Storage Shed is your authorized U-Haul rental store right here in Baxter Springs. Visit them today at 2903 Military Avenue or call 620-856-3906.
Hello, Four States. This is Jay Hatfield with Jay Hatfield Motorsports. We've been serving the Four States area with motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides, plus offering you parts and service since 2005. We have 2 convenient locations, Pittsburgh and Joplin, selling quality brands such as Polaris, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Can-Am, and Suzuki. Jay Hatfield has a huge inventory available for immediate delivery. We offer financing options and an extensive selection of accessories. Most important, we're making deals. Come in and get your fun started today at Jay Hatfield Motorsports in Pittsburgh or Joplin.
Welcome back, everybody, here. I'm joined by Coach Hibbler. Well, Coach, the end of a good season. Just give us your thoughts.
Well, you know, we had a good year. You know, it was kind of an uphill battle all year with some of the adversity we faced with injuries and different things. But, you know, uncharacteristically, you know, we turned the ball over a ton tonight, and that has been very uncharacteristic of us. And unforced turnovers, and you know, it was really hard for us to get into an offensive flow because of those unforced turnovers. I don't know how many walking violations we had tonight, or I remember a couple double dribbles, and you know, without no flow on the offensive end, we didn't shoot the ball very well. Second quarter, we got really stagnant in our offense, and you know, hats off to Frontenac. You know, they might have had a lot to do with that defensively, with their defensive effort in the half court, but you can't turn the ball over, and unforced errors, those just kill you, because you know, you don't even get a shot at the basket, and you got to have a shot every time down the floor. Turnovers are just they're just a bane. So you know, we had a good year. I mean, very proud of the seniors. You know, they stuck with us and gave us all they got throughout the year, and you know, we want to wish those kids as they move on the best of success. But you know, our young kids coming back, we'll have to get back to work. I mean, we're going to have to get better. We've got to become better ball handlers. We've got to become better shooters. And, you know, we got beat by a team tonight that's playing very well. And they did what they had to do to kind of take us out of our game. And, you know, I don't have an explanation for it. I didn't expect that. I thought we'd handle the ball better, but we didn't. So.
That's what it comes down to in the end, those turnovers, very costly, like you said. What was sort of the game plan coming in? I know, obviously, you set up expectations throughout the week. Just what were you saying to your boys before we started?
Well, you know, we've been very competitive throughout the year, regardless of who we played. I mean, you know, we played Girard, who was the league champion 2 or 3 games ago. It was a 1-point game with 50 seconds left. Played Riverton, who's the number 2 seed in our Substate. At Riverton, it's a 4-point game with under a minute left. So, you know, we knew, or we thought we had the capability of beating anybody in the Substate, but we just had to put a whole game together. And, you know, that's what we tried to focus on, putting the whole game together and not having lapses where we, you know, lost, just let them go on a 6-0, 7-0 run where we were fighting from uphill. You know, I thought we did a very good job in the first quarter of controlling the tempo and playing the way we wanted to play. And we got away from that in the second quarter. You know, I thought we had a solid defensive game plan, and, you know, I think we did. And, you know, I think it was 12-9 at the end of the first quarter. And then we scored 2 points, I think 2 points in the second quarter. And, you know, I don't think a whole lot of it had to do with their defense. It was just us shooting ourselves in the foot and not making shots. And, you know, right at the end there, we let them get on a little run. They hit a couple threes and a 2. And instead of it being maybe a 5-point lead, it's a 10-point lead at halftime. So, you know, you just can't make those mistakes, especially against a quality team where you give them a couple 6-0, 7-0 runs and you don't score because you just dig yourself too deep of a hole. And then, you know, we are not a full-court team. You know, we never have been. We just, you know, that doesn't fit our personnel. So, you know, we have to go to chase, and we're in trouble.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what they forced us to do.
Well, Coach, I'm going to let you go and be with your boys to end the season. I appreciate you coming up here and giving some regards. Anything to look forward to next season?
Well, we'll get back in the gym with our young kids that are coming back. We're going to graduate 3 seniors, so we've got everybody else back, and we should get the kids back from injury next year. So, we'll kind of be a completely different team next year with all the young kids and the kids coming back from injury. But we'll get in the gym as much as we can here in the spring, and then we'll get into June and get into the summer and kind of see where we can go and work on some things and try to get better before next year.
Sounds good. Well, thank you, Coach, for spending some time with us.
All right. Thank you very much, and thank you guys for all your coverage throughout the year. Appreciate it very much.
Appreciate your coaching. I had a good season with you.
Thank you.
That was Coach Hibbler joining us. Let him go and spend some time with his boys, especially those seniors who we unfortunately won't get to see play basketball ever again.
This season has been nothing to hang your hat on. They played well. They improved throughout the games. They did great.
May not have been what you wanted in the end.
No.
But I think they came out and they gave it all they had. That's all you can ask for.
And I agree with him. There is so much more to look forward to in the future seasons. We watched a little bit of the Riverton JV game, and they were doing great, those freshmen. So I'm excited to see that next year.
And you saw a little glimpse of the future Lions there at the end of the game. A lot of those freshmen getting into play. Baxter Springs has got a bright future. And if you're a fan watching right now, no reason whatsoever to hang your head. You got plenty of time. Now, if you're a senior parent, obviously a sad night.
My mom would be crying.
Make sure you console your player and treat them well.
Yeah.
Because it's always hard to go out of a sport. Not until it really sets in that it's your last one, but until then.
Way to get sappy.
Sorry, not to get sappy or anything. It's been a great season, guys. I appreciate you allowing me to come out here and be able to do what I'm doing. No team I would have rather done it for, all the ups and downs we had, and yeah, it felt like I lived through it all with them.
I agree. After every game, we would talk in the car about
about what they needed to do, what they did good. I mean, heck, this became part of my life, and that's how it's supposed to be. If you're excited to go to work, then I think you're doing something right, and I've always been excited to come to these games, and I'm gotta tell you, I really wanted to go to Caney Valley. I really did.
Me too.
But unfortunately, we won't get the chance for these boys. However, girls do play tomorrow against the Girard Trojans. Tune in on Girard Sports Live to see that one.
They're looking for the upset.
They'll come out playing with nothing to lose. Come out swinging. Come out swinging, and you never know. 16 seeds beat 1 seeds before. So there is no reason why an 8 seed can't be a 1 seed this time.
That's exactly right.
But if they don't make it, it's been a pleasure to work for you guys this season. Pleasure to bring this to you.
We'll see you in softball and baseball.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Until then. Well, I think I got to pick my player of the game, although it's sad, although it's kind of a little sappy. For the Frontenac Raiders, it's going to be Trey Kramer. Obviously, I think. I mean, my God, I feel like if you want one shot to sum up his game tonight, go back to just a minute before halftime and just watch him play. A minute before halftime, that's all you got to see. Actually, zoom in to like the last 5 seconds before halftime and just watch that shot. And that basically sums up how he played tonight. Sarah, what are your thoughts on our Lions player of the game?
My Lions player of the game or our Lions player of the game, I don't know. You can't read your mind. Mine is Weston Schaefer. He has done amazing throughout the season, truly. He has been a great team leader. He has been there when it counts, and he's there when nothing else is working out.
I guess mine's going to be, finally, the last time this basketball season, the jabroni beaten, pie eaten, trailblazing, eyebrow raising, fiercer than a lion, step on the gas. I think it's got to be him because he was whipping some butt all season long. I think it's got to be the homecoming king himself, Weston Schaefer. From the very start, he was the leader of the team, and until the very end, he was the leader of the team. I believe he put up 26 points tonight. Great performance by him. Just wasn't quite enough to get it all done.
Nope. And you could see in that last quarter, not saying that the others didn't want it, but you could see him creating scoring opportunities.
He was trying.
Even when he knew there was probably no way they could come back from that deficit.
And with all the adversity that I had this year, just a testament to him as a person, to not give up on the team, to not give up on himself.
And I hope he goes somewhere.
Exactly. He came out every night playing his hardest, and honestly, that's all you can ask of an individual, especially as a coach. All you can ask of an individual is to come out and give your all. And for a senior in high school to do that, that takes some heart, kid. To sum it up in the words of Doc Hudson, you got a lot of stuff, kid. And for all those other seniors, Javen Alexander and Gage Maggard,
it's truly been a pleasure.
We're going to miss you.
To watch you.
We're going to miss you a lot.
Yep.
It's fun to watch you all year. Fun to watch you become a complete basketball team.
It's fun to watch them grow.
It is. You feel like you watch that first game and how they play, and then they just become a whole team towards the end.
Yep. You can see how their personalities start to grow.
That's right. Well, we're going to close it out here, this post-game show. And those words from Coach Hibbler were brought to you by Bricks and Brews Wood-Fired Grill and Pub, the perfect post-game stop. Refuel after the big game with Bricks and Brews delicious wood-fired pizza and mouth-watering appetizers. Plus, don't miss live music and more. Bricks and Brews Wood-Fired Grill and Pub, a taste bud trip down Route 66. For the last time during basketball season.
Maybe. We still have the girls.
Yeah, for the boys basketball season.
There you go.
My name is Daryl McLeod. Alongside me, Sarah Goebel. Signing off tonight. Thank you to all the sponsors. Thank you to all our fans so much for watching. Without you, it's impossible. And I love you, Mom. Good night from Frontenac, Kansas.
You've been watching Baxter Springs Athletics on your new home for the Lions, Baxter Springs Sports Live. Baxter Springs Sports Live is presented by WDM. Learn more at WDMinc.com.